All right. I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to sing it. Psych! Spider-Man does whatever. Spider-Man Far From Home up next. Let's go!
Brian's cosigns, yeah.
What's up, y'all? You are now rocking with Brian's cosigns. I am Brian Gunn. Spider-Man Far From Home. Hey, I just felt like saying that all of a sudden. Spider-Man Far From Home stars Tom Holland, Jake Gyllenhaal, Samuel L. Jackson, Marisa Tomei, and Zendaya. So, now that everything is back to normal after the events of Avengers Endgame, Peter Parker wants to go on a voluntary vacation this time. So he ditches the Big Apple for some fish and chips and baicoli. A baicoli, they're like cookies, by the way. Yeah, but you didn't know that. So, Pete and his high school friends go on a class trip to Europe. Now, all Peter wants to do is chill with his friends and have a good, regular teenage life doing teenage things over there, right? But oh no, nothing is ever regular in the MCU. And no sooner than the plane lands does he encounter trouble in the form of elementals. They are creatures formed from the four elements of the earth, trying to wreak havoc as usual. And to make matters worse, Spider-Man has zero help. Or does he? Yeah, Mysterio. What? So you mean to tell me that the comic book bad guy is all of a sudden a good guy and wants to help Pete out? Far From Home has the same type of vibe as Shazam. It's a fun summer movie that kids and adults will both enjoy. Now, that's not to say that the movie doesn't have its flaws, but I'll get into that in a moment. Let me talk about Gyllenhaal and his portrayal as Mysterio. Now, if you're not up on who Mysterio is, he is the nemesis of Spider-Man and a master of illusion. Chris Angel and David Copperfield, man, they wish they had the skills that this dude possesses. It's like that. Gyllenhaal as Mysterio does this character supreme justice. Thank God. His personality fits like a pair of Jordan 1s. And the character itself is so innovative as it relates to the big screen. Mysterio was one of those characters that you always wanted to see, but never thought it would be possible. The supporting cast gets a lot of camera time in this sequel. Now, the first half of this movie could really be viewed as a episode of Saved by the Bell. There are a lot of funny storylines, for the most part, and the characters are developed extremely well. Plus, seeing JB Smoove run after a bunch of high school kids frantically, classic. Peter has a more compelling arc this time around. He faces some tough challenges, both mentally and physically. Hey, these are the things that change boys to men. One time for the plot, but two times for the CGI, man. Listen, special effects department, y'all deserve raises. Mysterio's comic book power pales in comparison to what we see on screen. Same thing goes for Spider-Man. He seems more comfortable in his abilities by the feats he accomplishes in this sequel. Watching the CGI is like taking a swim on a hot summer day. Of course, there are unexpected showers on a hot summer day, and this movie gets rained on a little. There is too much comedy. You see, Marvel Studios always does this. They saturate superhero films with funny but corny one-liners and just overtly hilarious moments that don't need to be in there. These are superhero movies, and superheroes aren't comedians. You know, you don't have to rely on these heavily comedic moments. Honestly, I like DC films better because they deal with the human side of a protagonist and antagonist much better than Marvel does. There can be a dramatic and comedic balance, but Marvel's yet to figure this out. Also, there is a plot twist that could have been written better to be more entertaining. I was a little furious, hint, hint. Okay? Look, having said all of that, people going in to see Spider-Man Far From Home thinking that it's going to be better than Avengers Endgame will be disappointed. But Spider-Man Far From Home doesn't have to be better than Endgame. It just has to be the best Spider-Man movie it can be. And it does that. This is this generation's Spider-Man, and I'm glad that Marvel is evolving Peter and his friends. Therefore, I am co-signing Spider-Man Far From Home to the fullest.
Spider-Man Far From Home. Spider-Man, nah, nobody does it like Spider-Man. Nobody knows who you are.
Hey, there you have it, folks. Spider-Man Far From Home. Hey, stay for the entire movie. There are some really good mid and end scene credits. Okay, they're really good. So, have you seen it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Put your comments down south. Let me check them out. Check this out in IMAX if you can. And as always, take your ass to the movies. All right?
Brian's cosign.
Hey, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, no. Don't cut me off. Don't cut me